Hi, and welcome to all of our followers. We are in July. If you can believe it, we're already halfway through the year, July 2021. We're here to talk about the visa bulletin and how it's been progressing. Not much movement, truly. A little bit of positive movement and also positive news for those categories that have been current. They're continuing to be current. Let's go ahead and begin. As always, remember, the visa bulletin applies for those individuals who are applying for immigrant visas. Basically, what that means is those people applying for permanent residency in the United States of America. It is based on a quota system, depending on how many people apply. So when I say the word current, it means there's no line. Get your place in line because there's no line. There's no, not wait. There is a wait, but it's a much lower wait than everything else. There's no quota. There is a place in line for you. And are going to be separated by two categories, family-based petitions and employment-based petitions. So knowing that, let's go ahead and let's go straight to our family-based petitions. So we've talked about this. I've talked about this a million times. F2A historically is not current. F2A is those that are spouses and children of permanent residents under 21 years old. That is a category that is not historically current. It's been current for about a year. And so if you are married to a permanent resident, get your petition in now. That's not going to be current forever. You can bookmark this video and say, Stephanie told you so. Do it now because that's not going to be current forever. Take advantage. There's no quota right now. There's no limit right now. You can go ahead and apply and you are going to be first in line. There's a small wait with immigration, obviously because of the pandemic, but you're not currently on a backlog, that's the most important part. Now, if we're talking about F2B, unmarried son and daughters of permanent residents, the wait, they're doing cases from September 2015. So we're talking something like 6-7 years of a wait. We had a question today in our live. Remember, we have lives on for question and answer on Thursdays at 12 noon Miami time, Eastern. You can always ask your question in English. You know we're Spanglish on this channel. If we had a question today of an individual who was a child of a permanent resident over 21 years old and he got married. Remember that F2B only applies to non-married, unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents. If you get married, your petition gets thrown out the window. That is it. There's no recuperating it. That's it. You got married. You're done. Forget it. You can't save that petition. We had a person, unfortunately, during our live that fell into that situation. So be cautious. Always be cautious. Unfortunately, there's no benefit for married sons and daughters of permanent residents. So keep in mind that. We go to F1s, which is unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. This is always the question. Wow, it's faster for unmarried sons and daughters for permanent residents than unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. Unmarried sons and daughters, U.S. citizens, adjudicating cases from November 2014, something like a 7 to 8 year wait. That's what it is. Let's go to married sons and daughters. That's even more. If you are married and you are the child of a U.S. citizen, the wait is something like 12 years. They're adjudicating cases from November 2008. And siblings, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, the wait is something like 14 years. They're adjudicating cases from February 2007. Here's the truth. If you fall into one of those last three categories that I discussed, let's find another option for permanent residency for you. Let's do an employment-based. Let's do either an EB2. Let's do a case where either a company's petitioning for you or let's do something based on your own merit, applying for permanent residency. These wait times are insane. Let's do an employment-based visa for you. And to that, let's go to employment-based residency. So the wait times for employment-based residency are beautiful right now. Absolutely beautiful. Current across the board for the grand majority of countries. EB1, which is a petition on extraordinary ability, that is current across the board. It doesn't matter what country you're from, the quota has not been met, there is no backlog, you can submit your petition, and if you're in the US, submit your adjustment status immediately. Beautiful. EB2, remember EB2 can either be labor certification or it can be national interest waiver. Those cases are current for the grand majority of countries, no backlog, except for China and India. If you were born in either China or India, China wait time, they're adjudicated cases from 2017, so something like 4 years. India is a bit of a backlog, they're adjudicating cases from June 2011. Remember, if you are an Indian national and you applied for an EB2, national interest waiver, or labor certification, you can do a temporary work visa in the meantime while you wait. So you could wait in the US. And you could do an H-1B, and the H-1B could be extended past the 6 years because you have that I-140 pending and approved. So lots of options for you. Contact us. We're happy to work with you, and we're happy to hopefully find a way so you can wait for this long wait time in the US. Let's talk about EB3. EB3 is also labor certification. That case is current for the grand majority of countries. No backlog. Beautiful. China has a wait time of about 2 years. Not too bad. India has a wait time of about something like 9 years. They're adjudicating cases from January 2013. Again, we can find a way for you to be able to stay in the US temporarily. So contact us. Let's go ahead and work on something in the meantime while that gets adjudicated. And also, by the way, 7, 8 years flies. So get started on these cases because the backlogs can only go down, I would hope. EB5, lastly, EB5, remember, are those individuals who have made an investment in a US project. It has to create at least 10 jobs. The investment is something in the neighborhood of $900,000 to $1.8 million US dollars. EB5 is current pretty much across the board except for China and Vietnam. China, the wait time is something like 6 years. Vietnam is adjudicated cases from April 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic. So that's great. EB5, remember, this is a petition that its first stage of the petition is going to take something like 24 to 36 months. So 2 to 3 years. Get started on it now. Because as you get started on that, those EB5 cases, your wait time is going to move and those backlogs are going to move. So even if you're from China, this will move and you're waiting already 3 years for the beginning. Start it now so that you already get moving in the process. For everyone else who's EB5, particularly, for instance, countries like Peru and Ecuador that are not eligible for an E2 investor visa, temporary visa, EB5 is a good moment. It's current in the visa bulletin and it is no backlog. So this is our visa bulletin for July 2021. As always, if you have any questions for us, please feel free to write to us, beltranbrito.com/contact. If you want to have a formal consultation with us, discuss your options, and if you have any other interest, you can always reach us also on our weekly Q&A live 12 noon. Don't be scared that we're speaking Spanish. We speak in Spanglish, so go ahead and ask your questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much as always.